me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. I haven't posted a video in literally months, so I just wanted to do something really light, a soft beat with a good lip combo, just to get my foot back into YouTube, get filming again. So yeah, I'll just get straight into the look, but I would like some feedback please on what sorts of looks you'd like to see, if you want to see a certain kind of makeup. I do post more creative looks on Instagram, and I post every day on Instagram. That's why I couldn't post on YouTube, because I had to pick a platform, like I had to pick a struggle. So let me know in the comments, and I will be posting every, let's just say every weekend. I don't want to make things too precise, so yeah. So I'll just get right into the makeup. This is EAZE Droplet. This is from Fenty Beauty, and that's number 3. So I just want to give my skin like a nice glow, and the glow on this is very subtle, so it's not supposed to give like a heavy glow. So it's not like Hollywood Flawless Fit. What the fudge? Did I just drop my... Oh my god, my earring, I dropped it in the ocean. I work so hard. It's not like Hollywood Flawless Filter, but it gives a nice subtle glow, and I've just been loving it for those no makeup days. So the foundation I'll use, Beautiful Skin from Charlotte Tilbury. This is so good, so I'm going to crack open a new one because I've used up this one. So this is in 12. Yes, and my shade is 12 Neutral. This is actually quite a lot of foundation. I usually use 2 pumps of this, and I rarely go through a foundation, but I have gone through this one, and I thought it was just me because I tend to like Charlotte Tilbury stuff, but I was on Instagram watching people's stories, and literally everyone just says nothing looks as good as this foundation, and I was like, yes, me too. It is amazing, amazing. I've just woken up because I needed to take a nap because I can't film when I'm tired. I don't like to film when I'm tired and at the end of the day, because I just look 10 years older. You can tell when I'm editing, and I look just haggard. So concealer, I'll use the Beautiful Skin concealer. This is a new one from Charlotte Tilbury. The shade is 10 Tan. So Charlotte Tilbury are onto beautiful things now. It's less about pillow talk. I guess we're into beautiful skin, and it is beautiful. So I see so many techniques with concealer when it comes to highlighting. I think it just depends on your face, and oh, that's a bit wonky. It just really depends on your face and what you're trying to achieve. I just like to highlight the center of my face, so that's what I'm doing. So sometimes I like to put a touch just there, more like a reverse contour. So just a tad there. Just going to contour now using ABH Cream Contour Palette. Yeah, so I'm just going to bring it in to here. I like quite a high contour. I don't like to go too low. So that's what we're doing. It's looking good. Just go on my chin. I like to look ahead so it can really cut. Then I'll just go in and blend. I like to blend my contour first. Another concealer that I've been loving is Holly Boone's one. And I used this one for quite a while before Charlotte Tilbury hijacked the situation. I just like tapping motions. Blend the upper part first. Bring it in to there. I'm using a very light hand. I'm not like pressing when it comes to here. I like to just brush lightly over so it blends seamlessly. So just the tip of the brush. We looking good, we looking great, we looking chill, we looking blessed. Oh. Take my concealer brush and start on the top is where I like to start. I do the under eye last because it's just the most important part for me, so I always like to do it last. Just going to tap the nose. This will give a bit of definition on the nose, but I will come and contour my nose as well. I just like to contour my nose. You don't have to. Oh my gosh, do you remember when Bobby Brown was like, you don't have to contour your nose? And to blend out the harsh lines, I take my foundation brush or my contour brush, depending on where I'm trying to blend, but without losing the definition all around where I did a highlight. So just lightly tap the concealer that I put there. So maybe make a more defining line. Take the contour brush and always blending upwards is how I like to do it. Take it in the hair. Very, very light touches so it blends seamlessly. So I always take my concealer up the nose, just as far up as I can go, because it just gives a more realistic definition to the nose. Okay, so bring it out and up. So we're trying to lift, you know, just give a lifting effect. This really gives shape to the eye look as well. So I don't know what eye look we're doing today. We'll just cross that bridge when we get there. Usually grab my contour brush or my foundation brush. Usually contour brush because I contoured just there. So just to blend that edge out, you know. Tap very, very lightly. I'm gonna give my nose a light contour. I was hoping this would be more chatty, this video. I like to use this fan brush just to flatten that part first. I usually don't mess up, but because I'm filming, of course it's gonna give messy. Flat shader brush, where are ya? Just tap up the nose. There's a lot of tapping involved. I don't usually do strokes or like brushing. I usually just tap my makeup on. My nose contour, sometimes it looks great, sometimes I'm just like, what is this, please? So it's time to bronze now. So I love a bit of bronzer, a lot of bronzer actually. So this is Beautiful Skin, of course, because we're onto beautiful skin, beautiful things. This is the Sun Kissed Glow bronzer. It's from Charlotte Tilbury. Is everything from Charlotte Tilbury? Maybe. Yeah, so that is shade 4. That's deep. Just going to start on my hairline. Bring it down from the hairline. I love a bit of Charlotte Tilbury. I love the brand, but I love Charlotte as well. And if you're thinking, I've never met her, so how can I love her? Listen, you've never met Adolf Hitler, but you know how you feel about him, right? Because you know what he's done. So I know what Charlotte Tilbury has done. And she calls me darling all the time. She calls everyone darling, but that's even more reason to love her. Who do you know who calls everyone they know darling? Like, what? Not me. Absolutely not me. I do like to come here as well on my cheek. Bring the bronzer all the way here. So my camera died. I just went and got myself a drink. I was trying to get myself together. I couldn't even get my motherfucking self together. I'm going to set my face with Huda Beauty's Easy Bake. Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. This is in shade Blondie and I love the colour of this. Take this semi-dense brush, get the powder in the brush, and I start just here. Light taps, always light taps. All I do is tap. Can you see the difference? It is so good. It does have a scent to it, which I don't mind, but some people don't like the scent. Wow, this is gorgeous. A lot of powders have holes in them, but this has a net. I don't know if she going fishing or what, but Huda, you really did your thing with this powder. This is making me want to try more Huda products. Yeah, light hand, so the brush doesn't pick up the foundation or the concealer. So I like to start with my T-zone, as I have done just now. Using an eyeshadow brush, sometimes I like to go in and just go in the crevices, you know. You gotta get in the crevice. I'm telling you. I take a fluffy brush like this and put some powder in there and then go over the rest of my face, around. I always go in with a powder contour and reinforce any contour, bronzer, and just a light powder makes everything blend a lot better because it's powder on powder rather than powder on cream. This is Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion in caffeine. See, the coverage is amazing. Just everywhere the eyeshadow is going. I like to take it all the way up to the arch here. Everything is primed to perfection. Wait a minute. I think we were a bit overexposed. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Rust palette from Melt Cosmetics. I love this palette so much. These eyeshadows are just top tier, and I've actually hit pan on that one because it's definitely one of my favorite warm neutrals. It's such a good autumn palette as well, so I like to take the darkest shade that I'm using. I take Mar just to give it a bit of shape. Take it a bit further up until it gets to the crease. So I prefer to move in steps when it comes to eyeshadow. So this will be a bit more slanted, but I like to just place it first. Take a small smudger brush, same eyeshadow, just bring it down here as well. Connect it to the top. Then I'll take my favorite shade from this palette. This is Rust. I'm just going to start tapping that next to this shade, just bringing it further inside. So just keeping it up to the crease. I'm not going any higher, just there. Take a blending brush, just light as a feather, blend out that edge between the two, kind of sweeping it in rather than taking this shade out. So just kind of sweep it in. Small brush, same Rust shade. I like to work on the bottom at the same time because it's just more fun for me, okay? Just on the inner eye, but go underneath here as well, underneath this darker shade, very lightly. So just for the inner eye, I'll take a peach. Personally, I think a soft glam is, like, it has to have a peach shade. Peach shades are essential. Antique is what it's called. Just going to tap this on, tap it. So now we're going to blend. Sometimes I take this and a bit of the Rust shade. Just going to work on the shape now, taking Mar, which is the shade on the outside. I'm going to drag this out like so. Then what I do is take my setting powder, just put it on a blending brush. I just start to give it a bit more shape. The tips of my blending brush are touching the edge of my eyeshadow. You have to take your time or else it will not turn out as you intend. So just for a bit of definition on the inner eye, I'll take Rust. I've done it on this side, but just to give a bit of definition, to blend out the edge. Take my setting powder and basically do the same thing on the top. Just patiently blend it until it's all blended. I'm going to add a bit of depth now using Illamasqua's gel liner in shade Infinity. It's black. Go underneath here with the black too. It's very like subtle, but it does give an effect, and I don't usually take my liner all the way in, so this just gives a bit of continuity. I'll do a black pencil in the waterline just to give a bit more intensity. So this pencil is from Maybelline. It's called Scandaleyes or Eye Scandal, something like that. So lastly, I'll take Rot here just to add this to the outside. I like to make just subtle changes. Sometimes they make a big difference, you know, just as in life, you know, the little things. I want to make the big things. Oh, bitch, the ghetto. So I've just put some eyelashes on. These are from Amazon. That is the brands. What I'll do now is go back and just reinforce the bronzer, contour. So I'll use Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush bronzer. This is the powder version of the bronzer that I used before. So just a light dusting there. And then I like to do here as well, just around my cheek area too. Kevyn Aucoin, the Sculpting powder in Deep. I love this because it's cool toned, but I just like to keep it just there. I'll use a liquid highlighter. This is my favourite one. It's from Iconic London. And yes, I will use it over the powder because it just works so well. It doesn't matter if you've put powder on. Sometimes I feel like it works better actually over the powder. I'm just gonna like lightly do just a light touch. See how, oh my god. Incredible! What do you mean? Gorgeous. Let's do a touch on the nose, just a touch. If you see the sun rising, just don't worry about it. It's 5 AM. So now I will take my scarf, put it on my... It was cute. This is a look still. I just don't like to get my hair wet when I set my face. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury. Everything is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is amazing. I've got leave out, so any kind of moisture I like to avoid, but So now I'm going to do my lip combo. This is from VIEVE. This is a pencil that I'm using. It's called Modern Lip Definer and it's in shade Tailored. It's brown. For lipstick I use this from Illamasqua. It's called the Antimatter lipstick. It's a nude and it's a good nude. A good nude. Then we'll just go over that with the Pat McGrath Lust Gloss. So I'm going to start. This is gorgeous. Very pigmented. Grab the lipstick. I'm going to use my finger and a brush to blend. So gorgeous gloss from Pat McGrath Labs. Just freaking gorgeous. I like to use a brush for my lip gloss because I like to keep the doe foot clean. I'm just going to glaze over the lip combo. Can you imagine? Woo! So I think we're done with the look. Yeah, so I just thought I'd do just a quick soft beat lip combo. So usually I like to smudge the liner just to give just a softer look is what that does, but I didn't do that. This is very cute too, I don't mind this. So I didn't do any blush, but blush would look kind of cute too, especially kind of orangey coral blush, or even a berry blush would look so good with this. Yeah, so that's all. Well, that's my life. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did. But really, thank you for watching. If you're newly subscribed, thank you, because some people did subscribe while I wasn't even posting. You could follow my Instagram if you want to see daily makeup stuff, because I post on Instagram every single day. So I'll see you in my next video, which is next week, because I post once a week now on YouTube. So yeah.